Well, welcome everybody to the Team Fearless Monday night new coach training call. Tonight is going to be a little different. I'm going to share a little bit about my coaching journey. I know you guys have probably heard my story with Beachbody and what it has done for me, but I kind of want to go behind the scenes a little bit and share with you guys how I got to where I was and what that looks like. And then you guys are going to hear from Sam, and she's going to give a little bit of her story behind the scenes on coaching too. So I kind of had some notes, but I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants with this because I feel like I work better that way. But let's talk about when I first signed up. When I first signed up to be a coach, I had, like I said before, I just filed bankruptcy. I was looking to lose the last 10 pounds of baby weight that I had left over from having my first son. And I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a friend post about her challenge group and Insanity. I had seen her post about Shakeology before, and I knew this person through another network marketing company that I had been a part of. And I just had kind of fallen off from doing that. It was a lot of in-home parties, and having my first son, I really didn't want to be away from him that much. So I kind of just pushed that to the side and wasn't doing it at all after I had gotten pregnant. Before that, I was doing pretty good, but again, I was giving a lot of my time, and I just wasn't ready for that, to give so much time away. And when I was talking to my friend about joining her challenge group, I had no idea about coaching or what it was. I started asking her, well, are you doing this all on Facebook? And she said, yeah, I am. And I'm like, well, I think I need this in my life. I've always wanted to do something with health and fitness, and this will definitely keep me accountable. So I signed up, and at that time, we didn't even have challenge packs to sign up. So I had to I got Insanity and Shakeology separate. And I signed up right away and jumped like full steam ahead into coaching. I just wanted to know how to rank advance and what I needed to do. So she got me on a phone call with Rhonda, who's my coach now. And Rhonda told me what I needed to do. About 3 or 4 days later, I was Emerald. I got my husband to sign up and my mom to sign up. I'm like, this is happening. We're going for it. And I was like gung-ho. Well, since I didn't do any of the trainings, or I wasn't following along in the groups, I didn't realize what it took to hold that Emerald status. So I went Emerald in my first month, and I dropped rank 6 times from being Emerald. So I went back and forth being coach Emerald for a couple months. And then I was sharing my journey and stuff, but I really wasn't doing anything I was told. I wasn't doing any of the trainings. I wasn't getting on any of the phone calls or the team calls. I wasn't reading personal development. I was like, you know what? I've already done this for a couple years with another company. I don't need any of this. I'm good. And then I chugged along for a little bit. I probably hit Success Club here and there, and I ended up getting pregnant again. At this time, I was really building my fan page. I was like obsessed with building my fan page. And that is basically what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything else. I would build it, but I wasn't building relationships with the people that were coming on my fan page. So after I got pregnant, I kind of pushed things off, but I kept sharing. I shared through this whole time. I kept sharing my journey, what I was doing. I was drinking Shakeology when I was pregnant. I was trying to run challenge groups. I probably had the same people in and out of my challenge groups the whole time I was pregnant, or even before that. And then I had my son, and it came down to the point of I needed to figure out what I was going to do with this Beachbody thing, because I knew deep down in my heart that I could really be successful at this, but I just couldn't realize what it would need to take to do that. And, I had to make the commitment to myself, and I said, you're going to go Emerald. You were going to stay Emerald. You are not going to drop. So I'm trying to think the years, 2013 in December is when I made that commitment to myself. I was always looking for something better, bigger, easier to do, because that's in my head. That's what it was, is this isn't going to work out. There's something else out there that I could be doing. But in December, I kind of told myself, you're either in or you're out. What are you going to do? And I decided that I was in. I'm going to do this. I need to do this. I got on the call with Rhonda. And to back up a little bit, my coach, she quit probably 2 or 3 months into my coaching journey. She went diamond really fast. And then all of a sudden just kind of disappeared. Not only that, but I was stuck on an inside leg. And if you're not sure what that is, then you'll learn it as we go. And so I didn't have anybody building anything for me. And I couldn't understand why these other people were having success and what was going on. I was always trying to be like somebody else. I tried to, do the running thing. That just didn't work for me. And it was just so frustrating. So finally, when I made the commitment, I remember it was January of 2014, I called Rhonda, and because she became my coach after my coach dropped, and I said, what do I need to do? Tell me what I need to do. And this is just when Coach Basics started coming out. And I said, can I be in your Coach Basics group? She's like, you can be in my Coach Basics group, but you don't need to because you know everything. And I'm like, okay, well, I really don't think I know everything, so put me in there. And sure enough, as soon as I got in there, I was able to help all the new coaches because I had kind of been following along. I was always in the groups, and I was always stalking people because I loved to see how good they were doing. And honestly, I was probably jealous of what was happening. So after that phone call with Rhonda, she made me dig down deep and find my why. That was one thing that I should have done from the very beginning. I didn't have a why from the very beginning. My why was because I wanted to lose the last 10 pounds and keep myself accountable for that. But that wasn't enough. After that 10 pounds is gone and you're keeping yourself accountable, then what? You have to find something new, and you have to keep digging for that. So she really got me to dig down deep and find out why I wanted to do this and what, was going to drive me. And at that time, I was working for my mom. And yes, my mom is on our team, and she will back me up and be okay with me saying this. But I told Rhonda, I said, the one thing I want to do is I want to fire my mom, because it was getting into our relationship when we were really close, and it just wasn't working. And I said, I know that if I can just quit working for her, I wasn't making very much money at the time because it was only part-time, that our relationship will be better, and she can, do what she wants to do, and I can do what I want to do, and we can be back to friends like we were before. So I remember she told me, you need to be on all the team calls. You need to do this, this, and this. And if you don't, I'm going to call you out. And sure enough, I went on a camping trip one night, and one weekend, and we didn't have good cell service. And we ended up staying an extra night. And that extra night we stayed, all I could think of is she is going to ring me. And sure enough, the next day I got home and there was a message, why weren't you on the call last night? And ever since then, I pretty much have been on every single call. And I realize now that she did that to me because it's important to be on these calls live. It's important to listen in. Last night, I didn't want to get on the Team Dynamo call because we were in the middle of a family party and a Father's Day, celebration, but I jumped on and it was the exact words I needed to hear. So that always seems to happen, is when you don't want to do something you probably should because it's what you need. So I'm sorry, I'm getting into sidetracks. But after that, I went to my first Super Saturday. That was another thing. I constantly made excuses. They'd be like, go to a Super Saturday, go connect with the Arizona coaches. I'm like, I'm not going to go. I don't know these people. And I was completely shy. The Super Saturday changed my life. It was in 2014, for Summit, they come up with a theme, and the theme was never give up. And I was on my way to the Super Saturday, and I got my car washed, and I picked up it was like this little candy toy from Monsters, Inc. And it was the guy, I don't even know his name. The guy he kept talking in the car. And I was before I even got to Super Saturday, and I picked it up for my son, and I was about to throw it out the window because it wouldn't stop talking. And what it was saying over and over was never give up, whatever. I probably have that toy somewhere. But I heard that over and over, and then I got to Summit, and this is when they announced Cancun and the theme of the year, which was never give up. And on the way home, I decided this was it. I am going to be here forever, or however long I need to be here, I will be here, but I'm not giving up. I don't care how long it takes me. And from then on, I stayed Emeralds till last August is when I went Diamond. So it took me about 3 years to go Diamond. But I will tell you that from the time I decided to commit to the time I turned Diamond was my income started increasing dramatically because I was doing all the things I wasn't doing in the past. So I found my why. I started doing the trainings. I started, I committed. I started reading personal development, and it no longer was an excuse. It was like, I'm going to be here a year from now and we're going to see, where I go from there. And a year from then I was in Cancun on a free trip. So I just kind of want to share with you guys my struggles and what I did wrong when I first started. I wish that if I would have gone back, which we can't, and that was my journey and I'm thankful for it. But if I would have committed then, it would be crazy to think where I'd be now. So now I'm just going to kind of turn it over to Sam, and she's going to tell a little bit about her story, and then we'll jump back on together. I didn't mean to talk that long. I was trying to keep it short. Go ahead.
No, it's totally fine because I don't know if mine is going to be able to top that because I didn't know about that never give up thing with the toy. That is just the coolest thing. I'm on a call, Zach. Sorry.
I actually have a video that I did and posted in Dynamo, and I wonder if I'll try to pull it up because that would be cool. Anyways, go ahead.
That is seriously amazing. Well, my journey with Beachbody kind of started sort of about 5 years ago. I bought Brazil Butt Lift, and I saw the infomercial or the commercials on the DVD for Shakeology, and I looked into the coaching opportunity, and I had already done that year. I had tried to do 2 other MLMs and failed horribly. I even got like a Time Hop post the other day of one of my posts that I was trying to get people to buy some stuff, and I just had a laugh because I was like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? So I had seen the coaching opportunity, but I was like, this isn't for me. 2 or 3 years later, I met Zach, and Zach and Ashley grew up calling each other cousins, and now they actually are cousins. It's a whole complicated thing. But and Ashley was a Beachbody coach, and I would always ask her because I'm an entrepreneur. I started a jewelry business on Etsy, did really well, and I realized that I do not want to work. I want to work for myself. I work really hard, so I want to work for myself. That's what I mean by that. So I would always ask Ashley questions, but I always was just afraid. I was always just afraid that I was going to fail because I had failed before. And I failed with my jewelry business for the first time. And right after Sebastian was born, I put up all this stuff, put a lot of money into it, and nothing was selling. I wasn't being able to sell any of my jewelry, and that had never happened to me before. And so I had all this baby weight to lose, and I was like, all right, Ashley, let's do this. Ashley signed me up as a coach and bought my challenge pack for me. Because I didn't have any money. I'll just say it. I didn't have any money. I'm not saying we're going to do that for people, but she bought my challenge pack for me because she knew that the potential there. And I appreciate you so much for that. And someday I will pay you back for it. But I kind of had a little bit of an opposite journey than Ashley because I started off with success. I started off being able to sell challenge packs really well right off the bat. And I think that was because Ashley told me about Success Starters. And she had just gotten back from Las Vegas last year for Summit. And I really, really wanted to be able to go to Summit. I saw all of her photos and I was like, I am going to make Success Starters. And that's basically where you hit Success Club in your first 3 consecutive months of coaching. And so I made that my goal. I hit Emerald after like 2 weeks. And I kept giving Ashley my diamond goals. First it would be the middle of August. Then it would be the middle of October. And it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And yes, I went Emerald really fast and I was doing great with retail, but I was sucking at 2 things. My challenge groups were sucking, but not my free groups for some reason. My free groups were great. My actual challenge groups were not good. And I was not recruiting any working coaches and I didn't know why. So starting off with the challenge groups, in January, I decided that I was going to change it up. I was going to put 100% of my focus, not on necessarily me putting myself out there, selling my challenge groups, but I was going to put, selling my challenge packs. I was going to put 100% of my focus into my challengers. And if you were in that January group, you know that that was like an amazing group. So what I did was I created the point system that we use now, and maybe it's a little bit modified now, but I put so much effort into making sure that my challengers got amazing results and that we made the environment really, really fun. I didn't sign any coaches in January. So again, so from June until January, I had been Emerald that whole time, and I hadn't recruited any new working coaches since July. And didn't recruit any coaches from that January group. But then all of a sudden, because I had put in so much effort into, telling them about the opportunity, even though they told me no the first time around, I told them about the opportunity. I gave them that amazing challenge group. I gave them results. And then all of a sudden, people started coming around. And what really helped was the fact that I had already gotten the practice of asking people, if they were interested in getting a discount on their Shakeology, and I just started getting better and better. And so what I wish I would have done earlier is I wish I would have rocked those challenge groups from the beginning. I wish I would have known to put more effort in, not put my eyes on the money I was making, but putting my eyes onto getting my friends and my challengers results. And by doing so, it opened me up to open my heart to them and to just put as much as I could into those groups, thus helping me to learn how to recruit better. And now I can recruit not just from a challenge group, but from people who haven't started a challenge group yet. And part of that was because another thing I wish I would have done from the beginning is using the scripts. I wasted a lot of time. I had a script in my head that I was doing, but I was typing it out. I wasn't copying and pasting and modifying, to save myself time. And so when it would come time for my challenge groups to be closing registration, and I was talking to like 30 people at a time, those days I was so crabby with Zach and so tired because I was talking to so many people, but I wasn't using a script, and it was making it just so much harder on myself. And so as soon as I started using scripts, that changed everything. And then, and as soon as I started putting more focus into my challenge groups, that changed everything. And because I was doing so, I was able to recruit better. And now I use a script to help me to recruit. And that has like an 80%, I would say about 70 to 80% yes rate to people wanting to sign up as a discount coach when they purchase a challenge pack. And that script is available on the team pages. And then there was one other thing I was just going to say, but it's evaded me now. If I think of it, I'll flip it back over to you, Ashley.
No, thank you for sharing that. We just kind of wanted to give you guys an overview of this. Didn't happen overnight for us. And like Sam, she said that she wasn't rocking her challenge groups, but what did she say? She said that her free challenge groups were doing so good throughout all of that time. So that shows you that she was doing something. And those people that were in those free challenge groups, I guarantee you, are the people that turned around in January and decided to actually join a real challenge group with her because they had been following her. They had been trusting her. So sometimes you have to give a little bit more. If we could have combined our stories together, I was sharing constantly, whatever I was trying to I was trying to be the, most popular person on Facebook or whatever. But I was sharing, she was doing free challenge groups, and it all snowballs. But if you just commit to doing the 3 vital behaviors, I know that this is what you hear over and over, but it's true. If you just commit to doing the 3 vital behaviors, then your snowball will happen quicker. It'll happen quicker than it did for me. It might happen quicker than it did for Sam. And if it doesn't, that's okay. All I want you guys to do is commit to being here a year from now. Because even when I wasn't working my business like I should have been, there was changes happening in me that wouldn't have changed if I wouldn't have been a part of this community and these people. And that I would never, take for granted. So if you can just commit in your head that you will be here a year from now, you'll be at Summit with us in 2016. I don't know where that's going to be yet, but we'll find out in a month. And just trust the process. I don't know if you guys got to go on Team Dynamo call last night. I'm going to find the recording and post it. But it was really about trusting the process and just learning. That was something that Sam taught. She pushed me a lot in January. She's like, are you going to do this or what? I mean, she pretty much told me that. And it was kind of a fire under my butt, like, she's going to do it. I better do it then because I'm her coach. So, she pushed me out there and we were able to do that. But I just want to share, I guess I'm just trying to share with you guys our struggles, and that you just have to keep going. You have to keep learning. It is fun when you let it be fun. And I'm just so proud of you all for even making the commitment to be here and be on everything. I kind of don't have anything else, I don't think, unless anybody. I was thinking of something when you were talking and then it slipped my mind. But
I remembered what I was gonna say. What really started changing for Ashley and I together is we started sending each other trainings. So we were making sure that we were being coachable. So we started sending each other trainings, and we were listening in on those and making sure that we were listening in on the National Wake Up Call. I think Ashley was probably doing that anyways. But we started digging deeper and constantly wanting more knowledge about what we were doing. And then implementing those things. But again, still though, like Ashley said, the 3 vital behaviors is what will get you there. The rest just kind of takes care of itself. The 3 vital behaviors will get you to Success Club. Success Club, you make that your non-negotiable, and everything else will take care of itself as long as you keep with that consistency, and you will have that snowball effect like Ashley's talking about. And everybody's journey is different because everybody comes from different backgrounds. I probably had the success I had right off the bat only because I was already considered the fit friend of my friends. So if I hadn't have been, I don't know that I would have been able to entrust or instill that trust in my friends that right off the bat. So everybody comes from a different background, and your story will be different than ours. So, that was something I was going to add a little bit more into my story, but you have to share your story. I, for so long, followed so many different coaches and tried to be like them, and it just doesn't work because people that know you now are like, that is not her, So even though I'm growing and changing, as we all are, they can still see that it's authentically me because I'm sharing me and I'm sharing, what I would normally share if I was talking to you in person. And then again, with the 3 vital behaviors, you made me remember something, is that whenever you feel like you're off balance, like something isn't right, I'm so frustrated and I can't keep up with all these groups and everything, just back away and get back to your 3 vital behaviors, because I guarantee you're not doing one of them. And for me, that happens every single time. So does anybody have any questions or want to add anything in? Got a quiet group tonight. It's okay. We just did an amazing job. They're just they're in awe.
Tomorrow night we're gonna do our Team Fearless call with Rhonda's call again. So it'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. And if you can be on that call live, I would highly suggest it because I know who the guest speaker is and I've listened to some of her trainings before. I follow her on Facebook. It is going to be amazing. Rhonda hasn't shared it yet with her team, so I guess I got to kind of keep it a secret. And hopefully maybe tomorrow I can share it. So let us know if you guys need anything. And last thing is on Wednesday, I'm going to do an opportunity call, same time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Get your people on there. I'll post the link on Wednesday morning. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for listening in. Bye.